Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to NBA 2K18 today. No gameplay today. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible while breaking down and hitting all the major points that I want to cover in this video. So, some of the things we're going to be talking about in this video. 1, how to make a little MT. Now, these are not surefire methods. These are just a couple things I'm doing personally to make some extra MT. Is it something you can do every day to make tons and tons of MT? No. Is it a few helpful tips to help you make a little MT here and there? Yes, so we'll cover that. We are going to talk about a market crash coming up, and we'll talk about some of the market crashes that have already happened. And then, third of all, I am going to be going over the most effective ways and just kind of what I do to prep for locker codes, seeing they're dropping so many. So, 3 different things we're going to talk about. First little thing we're going to talk about is MT building. Like I said, these are not bona fide surefire ways to make you an MT millionaire, but should help. So, let's get into it. Alright guys, the first MT method that I kind of use is kind of the basic one. I know pretty much everyone I know has opened packs some point in this game. Now, some of you guys are up to date on this, some of you guys aren't. What I do, basically at this point, is just clearing out your binder. A lot of you guys will open packs and packs and packs, but kind of just leave all your players sitting in the collection. As you can see, I really don't have anything currently in my collection other than my locked-in collections, but we'll see if we can find a spare card. But as you can see, I kind of stay on top of it. I have it, but I did this the other day, and I was able to make like an extra 40, 50K just kind of selling these random spare players that I had, quick selling current cards. Like, some of these cards I still got to use, but yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing just to build a little extra MT. And believe it or not, when I did it the first time, I made like over 50K. And it's not just players. I mean, players are one thing. As you can see, I kind of went through everything. I've already kind of cleared out my players, so that's kind of a bad example there. But even shoes, guys, shoes have major value. Gold shoes you can usually put up for 250, but this is a quick 150 right there. So I curry and sell some of these. I look at what the context of the shoe is. If I don't feel like it's a card somebody would buy, I just quick sell it. That's a quick 300 MT. Now, a shoe like this, you're going to want to send to your auction 6+3 to an Adidas player. It can be used on like a Porzingis, any type of historic player that needs a 3-ball like Tim Duncan. That would be a good card to put that on. And those cards right there easily sell for 1 point, like anywhere from 200. If it's Adidas, it sells for a little bit less. Under Armour, it sells a little bit less because there's not a lot of players that wear that shoe. But if it's like a Jordan Nike shoe, they sell for 2,000 and up. So check for those. If it's speed with ball or 3-ball, I'll show you a speed with ball shoe. Like any of these kind right here, any of those, or not that one, any of these guys right here, rebounding shoes usually sell pretty well. Yeah, anything with speed with ball is going to sell really well just because that's kind of what people look for. So selling shoes, quick selling anything that really doesn't have value, and then putting up the shoes that do have value. And then also the other money maker is badges. Guys, limitless range, if you have any of those badges, they'll sell for like 5K. A lot of these guys you can just quick sell, like Pick and Popper. That's a quick 125. If you got a stack of 8 lined up, then that's easy stuff. But that's just one thing, kind of clearing out your binder, doing that kind of stuff. Now, other thing, a lot of people talk about snipes. So what one of my filters is, now I guarantee I probably won't get a snipe during this, but I kind of just search for diamonds for 10K and below. Just kind of look at some different things. If I see something that looks pretty crazy that shouldn't be in a 10K category, I usually purchase it, flip it for a couple thousand MT. Now, this is kind of your lower tier snipe filter. So as you can see, there's really nothing here that looks too crazy that I see that's popping up. You know, it's a hit and miss. You kind of have to sit here and grind it out for a little bit. Look for players that you want to do. That's something that I do. You can also do this with Pink Diamond. If you're rocking a little bit more MT, you can look for players. Really what you want to do with Pink Diamonds is you're going to look for him. That's a new card, John Stockton. I'm sure it's not a card I recognize, but I'm not willing to take the bet. That's the thing. You got to tend to take a risk with some of these cards. If you don't see them pop up in the filter too okay, there's a Johnny S right there, so don't have to worry about that. But just kind of stuff like that, like Pink Diamonds, one of my filters that I do. Now, like I said, this is not something that is just bona fide, but I'll kind of go down here. I'll do Pink Diamond 500 and just kind of scroll through, and I'll look for diamond player or Pink Diamond players with good shoes. That's really what I'm sniping for, because usually those are the cards that you snipe. Not really Pink Diamonds so much anymore. I mean, you'll get a couple Pink Diamonds that are underpriced here and there, but it's really the ones with the shoes that you're going to want to be looking for with good price to flip those. So as you can see, if if you were to see, any of these with like amazing diamond shoe on them, that's the thing you're going to want to pick up. But those are just kind of some of my Myteam methods that you can do right now to make. You can do the same thing with amethyst. Amethyst, those are really the only thing else. I would kind of put them for like 1,000 and below. 1,000 and below, I think that's a decent little snipe filter. They should pop up from time to time. So those are just kind of the methods I'm doing right now to make some extra MT, because let's face it, there's not a lot of them right now. Alright guys, second thing we are going to talk about is market crash coming up. Now, we already saw one today with the pink diamond magic locker code. Guys, this card, no lie, yesterday, today being Monday, July 16th, yesterday being the 15th, this card yesterday went for over 600,000 MT. And it's gone up throughout the year over 1 million MT. Now this card sells for under 100k MT. So what I am going to advise for market crashes, if you have anything of value, it seems like they're just going to tank the entire market. Ronnie has pretty much emphasized that someone did tweet out you should do something emphasizing past 2K player cover athletes for pink diamond codes, and there are a lot of them. So LeBron is the cover athlete for this year. If you have a signature LeBron James, that card sells for a whopper right now. I guarantee we're going to be getting a code for it coming up in the future. I would sell it right now. Why wait? Why wait till they announce a pink diamond locker code for LeBron? I get rid of it now. Rock the diamond in the meantime. I would get rid of any pink diamond. Larry Bird's also a cover athlete a long time ago. I believe it was 2K12. 2K12, I believe he was the one on the cover athlete for the Legend editions. Who else? Kyrie, this year's cover athlete. He has a pink diamond. He could very well get one. They already announced Ben Simmons earlier today. Was in Ronnie's IG story. Sounds like he'll be getting a pink diamond. So if you have a Ben Simmons, maybe you throw him up right now. Try and scavenge what you can. I would sell mine. If you have like a diamond shoe on your Ben Simmons, probably don't need to sell it like mine. I'm not going to sell mine because I don't really think I'm going to find a Ben Simmons with a 3-point shoe for that much cheaper. But this card right here is going for about 90k. Now, this is another MT method. When this card first dropped and all the codes came out, a flood of them hit the market. So a lot of people were actually able to pick this card up for 60k in a buy now immediately. And as you can tell, this card has already gone back up into the 80,000s now. I don't know this to be true, so take this with a grain of salt. A little bit caution on this. I have a feeling this card's going to go back up in price. Why? One, locker codes were just released today, so obviously the market's a little bit down. There's a scavenge of them. We had this incident happen earlier this year with the James Harden pink diamond locker code. He was in packs, a large quantity of them, but his price did rise up. This magic card is not in packs. It was just a locker code. So once the market stabilizes here within the next, I want to say 3 to 4 days, this price is definitely going to rise. I wouldn't be shocked if he went back up to 100k, but I definitely don't see him getting any lower either, because as the circulation of cards starts to weed out as auctions go through, might not be a bad idea if you can scoop a couple up right away in the cheap phases of when the codes first release and you start seeing them come up for 60, 70k. Maybe buy 2 or 3, take a gamble, see what you can do, wait a couple days, the price should rise. You can make anywhere from like a 10 to 30k profit. If I suspect what happens should happen, where these cards will eventually filter out, less and less will come on the market. Granted, there will always be a few on the market, but hopefully it should rise up in price. But like I said, I'm just kind of testing that theory right now, so use at your own risk. But like I said, anything market crash wise, I would get rid of pretty much any pink diamond that has any value. Jordan was definitely a cover athlete. He will definitely be seeing a pink diamond locker code. If you have a pink diamond Jordan, get rid of him. He's about to drop tremendously, so I'd hate to see you guys lose a tremendous amount of profit when that code drops. So if you have any of those cards, it's time to pull the trigger, get rid of them. Alright guys, in this last subject we are going to talk about is prepping for locker codes. As you can tell, they are going ballistic with locker codes. I want to help you guys out the best I can in being prepared for those. So what we're looking at right now is TweetDeck. Now, what TweetDeck is it's not really an advantage to, an extreme degree, but it does help. It is a live feed of Twitter. So the minute someone presses send on a tweet, it populates immediately, instantly, live. Where on Twitter, you'll get a notification, but the notification is delayed by about 5 to 10 seconds from when the original tweet was was sent. So this is just the best way. You can click on the image, it comes up super fast and quick. If you're ready, boom, 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 type in that code, you're good to go. And a lot of people like to use this, super easy to use. You can move the columns around, kind of put them in different order. You can add people. Who can we add? Let's add Ronald. Ronnie is always saying funny stuff, isn't he? Okay, he's not spelt with 3 N's. So Ronnie, 2K, we'll search him up. There he is. Add column, super easy, and then boom. We have a live feed of what Ronnie has said. The last thing he said was about an hour ago. Had a very special player in to do NBA 2K19 mocap today. You're going to want to watch my IG story. Hey, he might even get a pink diamond locker code soon. And if you don't know who that player was, it was Ben Simmons. So as you can see, it's a nice thing to have up as soon as the tweet happens. Comes up right away, so that's cool. You guys, as I mentioned, that he did tweet out that thing about Ben Simmons earlier. So just something to use there. Now, what we want to do for getting the locker codes is a different story. This is really what you want to just look at to get the codes because it's just easy to pop up. Let's talk about how you actually get them. Alright guys, now the best method that I've seen right now is going to be, I don't know, a lot of people are saying that the locker codes for this are going to be the best method. I just don't see it. Like Magic, I don't know, I just don't feel like this is super fast. I mean, maybe you guys are a lot faster than me. A lot of people will pre-type, kind of guess what the first 5 letters are. They usually are incorporated with the name. Like today, Magic, that's easy. It's always 5 letters. You don't have to put caps. You do have to put dashes. So it looks like this is going to be the best way. The other way being the phone. However, the phone has been having, Jesus, I break my mouse. The phone has been having tons of network issues today. In fact, it actually cost me getting Pink Diamond Magic today because I typed it in, I hit submit, and then it said network error after I hit submit and I didn't get the code. So I don't know if the phone is the best way right now. If you can get it, it's definitely the fastest way. I mean, if I had to say which is faster, console or phone, it's 1,000 times the phone. But I mean, it's had a lot of issues right now, so you're kind of rolling the dice. It hasn't been able to handle the people, the userment of the people that are getting on the app, so it's been crashing a lot. So it is kind of a risky thing as well, but you know, it's the only thing people have because people are working things. So yeah, the phone and the console are going to be your best method. A lot of people use BlueStacks. I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of more technical, and you got to be at a desktop and you got to download a few things. So I'm not really going to go over the BlueStack method, but that is an option. I'm sure there's YouTube videos out there for BlueStacks locker codes if you want to look into that. But guys, other than that, that's kind of what I do to prep. I look at BlueStacks if I am home. Otherwise, I'm at work and I kind of have to flip between apps to try and get it. So super tough for me if I'm at work. But other than that, guys, I hope this has been beneficial. The main thing I wanted to do was just kind of help prep you guys for locker codes. Tell you guys to sell your expensive cards if you have any left, because they could definitely see some drastic price dropping here in the next few days or few weeks to come. And then a couple things I'm doing to make extra MT right now. So hopefully it's helped you. If it did, leave the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and Richie Nation, party on.